We are at the cusp of another transformation. This is what happens when you get engineers involved. It translates science fiction into reality.
Please give a warm applause to Dr. Vint Cerf of Google. Thank you.
Vint Cerf is een legendarische figuur. Hij kwam spreken voor Belgische zakenlieden op de handelsmissie in de VS.
The entire surface of the globe will be accessible, no matter where you are. On a boat, on a plane, on a car.
Cerf is een internet-evangelist en vice-president bij Google. Cerf is een van de vaders van het internet, toen het nog ARPANET heette.
ARPANET was a network that was built at the request of the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency to allow their funded researchers to share their computing resources and share their software. ARPA very cleverly said, we will fund all of you, all 12 universities, so please share your results instead of hiding them in order to have an edge for next year's proposals. So they built this network to allow the sharing of those resources. And when it was so successful, the Defense Department said, maybe we could use computers for command and control. So the result is that ARPA went from the ARPANET project to the internet, which was to support command and control.
Het internet begon pas begin jaren 90 echt te werken. Eindelijk, dacht Vint Cerf.
I really had a fantastic feeling of delivery in 1992 when the Gulf War, the first Gulf War happened. A huge amount of the Cisco systems routers were exported to support the command and control system. And the fact that it worked made me feel like some 20 plus years paid off, and we had delivered back to the Defense Department that which we had promised. Then I got to thinking whether there's a business model that we could build under the internet that would allow it to be affordable and accessible by the general public.
De informatiesnelweg van vandaag heet internet. Wereldwijd zijn er al zo'n 5 miljoen mensen op aangesloten. In theorie is het dus niet meer nodig om naar kantoor te komen om te werken.
Van dan af ging het snel. Het internet bracht een telecomrevolutie op gang.
Today Apple is going to reinvent the phone.
In 2007 kwam de smartphone. Een revolutie voor onze communicatie op een eenvoudige manier, hoewel het internet onderliggend zeer complex is.
Over time, the technology will hide a great deal of the details. So when you get in a car and start the car, you don't have to know how to build the car to run the car. You don't have to know how to build a laptop or a mobile to use the laptop and the mobile. If you think what you're using the mobile for is complicated, let me tell you, getting the mobile to work at all is even more complicated. And that entire infrastructure is completely hidden from us. We're oblivious to it.
Na het internet kwam het internet der dingen. Allerhande apparaten die met het internet werken. Zelfrijdende auto's, smartwatches, het internet dat naar je commando's luistert.
Set alarm for 7 a.m.
Alarm set for 7 a.m. tomorrow.
Internet helpt ons leven vooruit, zegt Cerf.
There are a lot of ways in which computer technology helps in the assistive sense. It certainly helps me. I'm hearing impaired, and so captions are a huge help for me to communicate successfully. So my view right now is that there are any number of ways in which our deficiencies can be overcome with the help of programmable assistive technology.
Maar het internet brengt ook gevaren en zorgen met zich. Een vloed van moeilijk controleerbare informatie overspoelt ons. Het internet is niet af.
I am concerned that the internet is a relatively neutral platform which amplifies things without knowing whether what it's amplifying is good information or bad information. It can't tell the difference. So I don't think that we can assume that the internet and the applications that run on it will be able to filter out all the bad stuff. There is a place where that can be done, however. It's up here. It's called wetware, and it's critical thinking. And my view is the benefit we get from all the information we can find on the net, thanks to Google and other companies, The price we pay for that is a responsibility to think seriously and critically about what we're seeing and hearing.
Vint Cerf blijft een vernieuwer op zijn 79. Er staat nog veel te gebeuren.
The biggest thing, in my view right now, is our entry into commercial space, getting into space on a commercial basis. So the early obvious manifestations of that are low Earth orbiting satellites, but we are returning to the moon, as you know, in a couple of years' time. The Artemis and Gateway missions are underway. We are already seeing commercial sector involvement in space exploration, whether it's lift capacity or even mining on the moon, which is not very long from now.
But do engineers always know what the consequences are of their inventions?
Engineers never know what all the consequences are of their inventions, for the simple reason that the creativity of 7 billion people exceeds the creativity of any one person. And they find ways to use things that you never even thought of.
Cerf staat bekend om zijn voorspellingen over hoe technologie onze toekomst zal vormgeven. Hij droomt hardop van internetverbindingen tussen planeten.
Interplanetary internet has been a science fiction dream for me for over 20 years now, but it's not science fiction, not anymore. It's now engineering. And prototypes have been running on Mars since 2004. All of that technology is at hand. It's been standardized, it's ready to go. So I'm very excited about that, because just imagine being at the beginning of the development of an interplanetary network. I won't be around to see the end of it somewhere in the 2100s, but other people will, and it's fun to be part of this thing at the beginning.